get ready. Too much stuff. Oh. Batteries. Batteries. Tripod. Now we got everything we need. This is totally ridiculous. Hey, Kevin Sexton here with Inspired Nautical, and today we're talking about, yep, you got it, gear. Man, can gear be such a pain? It's just overload. This is why you kind of need a crew of a couple guys to kind of help you out. So I'm here in the studio here. We got some art classes going on and stuff. So I want to talk about this and dive into it and see what can we do to lighten the load a little bit. So first off, let's go. Start number one, cameras. Let's check it out. That's right. Nikon D7. Not too bad. Let's just do a quick review here. So, cameras. You gotta have them. There's no way out of them. But I do have to say, my opinion on cameras has changed over the years greatly. When I first started filming, I always wanted one of these. I worked really hard, saved up. My buddy Merle that helped me out with the Paranormal Chaser series, we had some Canon S50s, if I'm not mistaken what they were. So we had like 3 or 4 cameras at all time, and I really like how these kind of cameras work, but they do have some little nitpicky things. The sound quality on these things, wind blows in them, it just don't work that good. Another bad thing on these, you got to really work hard. It's hard. This is not a one-man camera. If you're using this camera, you got to have a guy dedicated to this camera who's got great eyes, because even on autofocus, it just don't focus in. You got to really nitpick it, play with it, have the lighting just right. If there's not enough light, this thing just really don't want to focus. This is definitely not the camera you want to vlog with. And back in those days when we were filming this roughly about 6 years ago, I would have never thought of doing any kind of filming with a cell phone. But right now, nowadays, most of my filming, done right here, is with my Galaxy A10e, and it does a wonderful job. I'm happy with the clarity, I'm happy with the sound, and you got different little filters you can warm things up. It just works great. So on that, the next thing we are going to talk about is lighting. Don't leave home without it. Like I said, don't leave home without it. These work great, and they don't cost a lot. A lot of people want to spend hundreds and nearly thousands of dollars on lights, and you really don't need to. These right here on Amazon, about $30. You can go to Walmart, get the regular shop lights. They're about $20. I got this ring light right here, Dollar General, $5. You can get them at Dollar Tree for $5. So, I mean, I think I picked up, I got 3 of these for Christmas, and they come with these nice little sales right here. You can do the diffusion one. They come with all different colors and stuff. They're light as a feather. They break down nice and small. I'll show you that again later when we talk about a little bit more tripods. But this is really all you need. Don't spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on lights. It's just a waste of time. And if you do not have one of these and you have a regular shop light, what you can do is save your milk jugs. You got to wash it out though, guys. Don't work with a milky jug. Wash it out, cut the top, leave the handle, and boom, you can just tape it right over top of it. Great diffuser. Works. I had to do that. We had the guy who had all the gear. He left his shades and stuff at the house. We didn't have it. We was at the fancy factory. Luckily, AJ had a jug of water, and it was one of those cloudy looking jugs. We poured a little bit of the water out. Everybody got a quick drink. Boom, cut the top off. Boom, we were in business. Took about less than 10 minutes to get all this done, instead of driving 30 minutes away to go get one of these. Don't waste your time. You got to think efficiency And you gotta think about your wallet. You gotta keep everything in. So next we want to talk about is the tripods. And like I said, tripods. You need one small, medium, large. And if you can't afford the large one, get you a ladder. Works just as good. Boom. You got to have one of these, guys. If you're doing any kind of filming, you got to have some nice, stable shots. Just like I'm working here, I got a nice medium-sized tripod. Actually, the funny thing is, this is actually a high-dollar tripod I had that I didn't spend a dime on. Luckily, a buddy of mine was coming over the mountain, driving over here one day, and he just seen a tripod sitting on the side of the road. Pulled over, picked it up, brought it to me, and said, hey, I ain't got no use for it. Do you want it? Heck yeah, it's a $100 tripod. Take it any day. So yes, but you need them small, medium, large. And like I said, if you can't afford the large ones tend to run you $200 or $300. Just get you a ladder. You probably already got a ladder at the house. You can get a nice step ladder for about $60 at Home Depot. That you step up 5 steps, and that's usually high enough. All you need. You can climb up there and get a nice little stable shot from up, get the bird's eye view and stuff like that. And it really makes the difference from the shots. You got to have good, stable, and you need a good worm's eye view, a bird's eye view. Move the camera. The worst thing you want to do is just keep the camera angle constantly straight on. You can have an establishing shot that way, but move the camera around. Kind of get it sideways. Get a little funky. Make it interesting. Tripods. So next we're going to talk about is sound. And I got a couple little neat tricks on sound. Give me 1 second. Alright, sound, guys. Sound is extremely important. Boom. Got a directional mic. Comes in handy. The only bad thing is you still kind of got to watch these if it's real windy outside. The foam, the furry ones, I think are a little bit better than the foam, but this is still better than just the camera, the microphone that's on your camera. It just don't really work that great. But a cool trick I like doing too is when you're filming with your tablets and especially your cell phone. Can I borrow a cell phone? I said that. Yeah, thank you very much. Cell phone. So a cool trick that we've learned on Paranormal Chasers is, because we didn't have the Bluetooth microphones, the clip on the lapels and on the collars and stuff like that. We didn't have that on our budget. But, so what we did was, we got the guys, we put it on video, hit record. They put it in their shirt pocket, because almost all the pockets everybody was wearing was the shirts with the nice little collars in the pockets. They put it in here. We did the big clap, did the sound clap, boom, they start talking with the microphone pointing up, and you just seen the tip. Everybody carries a cell phone anyway, so it didn't really stick out or didn't make any sense. Then I bring that in with the video from the actual video camera or from my tablet, and then I add this in. Of course, the video on this one is jet black, but we had the nice little clear sound. So I line up all the sound bites, chop off the sound off the video camera, and keep the sound off this shot. And it turned out to be perfect, clean, clear, no wind moving around. The only thing you got to watch out is for if they're wearing an extra vest with their jacket. You don't want the clothing rubbing over it. It works best with just a jacket. I mean, a shirt that has the pocket in it with nothing else rubbing over it. As long as they're not doing any kind of crazy arm movements, it's not going to matter. It's actually going to come out amazing. Try it and let me know in the comments below. I think you'll love it. Now let's move on to the next and final step and the most important one. Alright guys, we're going to close this with the most important thing about all your gear is it's not about your gear. It's about story. And the story is really the most key important thing because guys, I'm here to tell you, I've been filming now for nearly 10 years. You can have all the I know some buddies who have extremely high dollar equipment and they suck at filming. They really do. They can't tell a story if their life depended on it. They just can't do it because they don't understand anything about storytelling. They don't understand anything about being artistic. It's all about, I have this 4K camera, and they think, oh, as long as I got 4K camera and I got this big light thing, the big light box, and I got this big sound thing, and they got all this $10,000 worth of equipment, but yet you watch their video, don't get me wrong, it looks amazing, but it sucks because the story sucks. They don't know how to tell a story. So that's why we're going to go over to part 2 to this. It's called story, and I'm going to talk about story and the importance of it and what you need to do. Some cool little tips on how to create a good story. Then when you do these cool gear tricks and how to put it all together, then you pull it all together. Good story with good gear, good common sense, good directing, good lighting, all the works, boom, you got a winning ticket, something that you can be proud of, showing to your family and friends, and maybe even sell it and make a little money. So let's go to part 2, story.